Hello, everybody, and happy Friday, everyone. God bless you all on this beautiful, amazing Friday. Of course, I'm coming to you guys with another inspirational message of the day. My message for today is letting go and letting God. So that is basically what my message for today is. Just letting go and letting God. And that is one thing that I try to apply to my life on the regular basis, even as far as other people are concerned. When someone tries to plan your demise, or when someone calls themselves being deceitful towards you, or someone does something that does not have your best interest at heart, we all have to learn how to let go and let God. There is so much peace in that. There is so much joy in that, because you can focus on what you actually want your life to be, and you don't have to worry. You know what I started telling myself? Why should I feel bad about what someone else did to me? People, I used to allow what people did to me make me feel bad as a person. Ridiculous, right? Yeah, I actually allowed what people did to me make me feel bad as a person. Like I was the one that did the doing. Like I didn't do it. Like, why should I feel bad about what someone else does to me? It doesn't make sense. People are going to have to, as much as people are evil and deceitful, and oh my gosh, the world that we live in today, it doesn't matter. It could be your mother, your sister, your cousin. It there is just, it seems like we just don't have no picks no more. People play around with God. They play around with the church. They use God as, I said I would be terrified to use God's name in vain, or for my own, advancement or whatever. You can't just go around using God's name and thinking that that is okay, because it's not. I would be afraid what God would do to me. So a particular person said she thought that someone was being deceitful towards her. She said, well, how does that work for you? Letting go and letting God is just, what I said. Let go and let God. You don't have to worry about things that you cannot control. You do not have to worry about things that other people do to be deceitful towards you. You can let God handle that. You can let God handle them. I see so many people trying to take matters into their own hands, and we want instant gratification, and we want to be satisfied right now. Well, we don't have time to wait for God. We want to handle it ourselves. Like, we want to jump in and do what we feel like, what seems like getting them back. We want to take things into our own hands. They deserve to suffer in the worst way, but can't nobody deal with people how God can deal with them far greater than we can. And we had to realize that we are not God. The revenge is God's. And let me tell you something else. When it comes down to me, God don't play. God don't play about me. I have saw God deal with some people who decided that they were going to plan my demise, or I'm going to get her, or whatever. I have seen God deal with some people in such ways that the same people who did things to call themselves harming me, I pray for them anyway. I pray for those who even think about persecuting against me. But when I see God rain out his judgment on people who decide that they are going to do things to harm me, I said, oh, Lord, Jesus, please have mercy on them. I mean, I feel bad for them. I feel sorry for them. And these are the same people who do things to harm me. And I find myself praying for them because God is dealing with them. And I know it is a direct reflection of them calling themselves doing things to harm me. Because God don't play about me. God don't play about me. And listen, that's with anything. We think we have the answer and the solution to all of our problems when we really don't. We really don't. We don't know how we're going to make it from plan A to plan B. Outkast has one verse line in one of their songs where they say you can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. If that ain't true, I don't know what is. You can plan a pretty picnic. You can get the blanket. You can make the sandwiches. You could pull out all the stops. The ice cold drinks. You could set up the night before and it could pour down raining. And you done did all of that to plan this beautiful picnic. And that's what we do to ourselves. We try to plan, we think we got the perfect plan. But if we don't learn how to give our entire beings to God, it's only because of him that we are alive anyway. So when I say let go and let God, that's exactly what I mean. Let go and let God. He will see it through all the way into the end. You will win the victory. I don't care if you can't smell the chicken frying and it ain't no food in your refrigerator. If you can't see the healing coming and this thing just feel like it's getting worse and getting worse. If you don't know how the ends is going to meet up together when you got bills and you got kids and you got this and you got that, and it seems like everything is not working in your favor. We can't make God our backup plan or plan B, or if this don't work, then I'm just going to have to give it to God. We have to learn how to give it to God anyway. We have to learn how to let go and let God anyway. The battle is not ours. God already knows our story all the way until the end. We have to learn how to not take matters into our own hands and let God be God. Because let me tell y'all a secret. He gonna do it anyway. He's going to do it anyway. He gonna allow things to map out the way that he already got it mapped out. His plan will always prevail. What God says it is, whatever God says it's going to be, that's what it's going to be. He's going to do it anyway. I know people are deceitful and, you got poor companies who think they are deceitful. I have seen people suffer in the worst way. And was it worth it? Was it worth you trying to be deceitful? We can't use God's name in vain for our own personal advancement. It's not going to work like that. If you know that you are out here and you are not doing things with pure intentions and that you are deceiving people and doing things, underhandedly, God is going to have to deal with you. If you know that God deals with each and every last person according to how he needs to deal with them. God deals with me. I'm not going to say he has dealt with me. I'm going to say he does deal with me, because I'm no perfect person. I still fall short of God's glory every single day. Do I do things the way that I used to do them? Do I do the things that I used to do? No. Do I constantly make the same mistakes? No. We're supposed to make our mistakes far and few. And we are not supposed to make the same mistakes that we used to make 5-10 years ago. If you was on your way somewhere yesterday and you got lost getting there, and you know what caused you to just totally go off track is you made one wrong left turn. That was the determining left turn that confused your whole journey. So you said, okay, I didn't make it yesterday, but I'm going to try again to make it tomorrow. You get to that same intersection, that four-way intersection. You got that left turn that got you lost. You can either go straight or you can make a right turn because you coming from the other direction. You know, either you're going to try going straight this time or making a right turn. But if you know that left turn is what got you lost, you can't make that left turn again. You cannot make the same left turn again that you know leaded you into the wrong direction, into a bad situation, riding around in circles, took you somewhere where you didn't want to go. You ended up in the middle of nowhere, in the dark. You running out of gas. You hungry. You got to pee. You want to go home. And you know it is a direct reflection of you making that left turn. So what we gonna do when we try again tomorrow? I'm sorry, y'all, but I just laugh at myself sometimes. What are we going to do when we try to find our way to our destination tomorrow and we come to that intersection? Are you going to make that left turn? Are you going to make the same left turn that got you lost yesterday? If you do, that's on you. I ain't gonna get into it. I'm not gonna call you out your name. All I'm saying is I learned from my mistakes. I learned from my mistakes, and that is the analogy that I use most of the time. If I know going that way got me the results that it landed me, I did not like that. I did not enjoy that. That was not a good feeling for me to be stuck in a situation or a place that I was stuck in. So what do? Instead of making that left turn when I get to that intersection, I turn right. Or I go straight. If it ain't right, then I'll go straight. But I know one of these directions are going to lead me to where I need to go. So that's what I'm going to do. I am not going to allow myself to be overcome by my own mistakes. And people jump so far into their own devastation because of the mistakes that they choose to make. You find yourself deeper into the hole, harder for you to get out, more problems to deal with than what you had originally in the first place. You know, robbing a bank or resorting to violence or even cursing somebody out. You know, those things should never be an option. You know, we should always take the high road, the road that is going to lead us to a better destination. Taking the low road and stooping down to someone's level should never be an option. Under any circumstances, taking the low road should never, ever, never be an option. So therefore, what do, ladies and gentlemen? We learn how to let go and let God. It's always the way in every situation. If you got money to pay your bills, pay your bills. If you got money to help somebody out, help somebody out. If you got food in your refrigerator, if you got your health, if you got a roof over your head, call yourself blessed. But when things don't even look like they're going to work out, you know, let go and let God. Let go and let God. It's not going to always be easy, but tough times don't last forever. Everything that's done in the dark will surface, what will find its way to the light eventually. And tough times don't last forever. It will eventually pass. All you had to do was get through that tough time and do it with dignity. When you get through it, be like, well, at least I didn't do this, or at least I didn't cheat, or at least I didn't connive, or at least I didn't be deceitful, or at least I didn't lie. At least I told the truth. Regardless what the outcome of it always is. My father always told me, I tell my kids to this very day, there is no right way to do the wrong thing. It's no right way to do the wrong thing. If your kids are hungry and you have no money, so you think it's okay because it's your kids to go in the market and steal a loaf of bread. No, it's somebody will give you some. All you got to do is ask. A closed mouth don't get fed. You don't walk in nobody's store and walk out with somebody's stuff because of what you don't have for your children. Call somebody and let them know what your situation is. You might get more than a loaf of bread. Come on, y'all. Come on, I'm telling y'all, the right way works. Letting go and letting God works. It's always more benefit and more pleasure in doing the right thing. So today, I choose to let go and let God. This is something that I'm learning that is easier to do more and more every single day. I am learning how to let go and let God. It works. We don't have to take matters into our own hands. God will deal with people on a level that they need to be dealt with. Will some people suffer worse than others because of their deceit? Absolutely. It comes down to that. Do you want to be one of those people that God has to deal with on a level because you decided to stoop down to someone else's level, or because you decided to take matters into your own hand, or because you decided to take the low road, or you thought you had it all in the bag, or you thought you had the answer? No, you don't want to be one of those people who God has to deal with on the level that he has to deal with them on. I want God to have to deal with me on a billionaire level, on a millionaire level, on a righteous level. I want to walk in righteousness. I want to walk in authority. I want to walk with my head held proud and my chest out, and not holding my head down with shame. Because whether we want to think of this, regardless of how we want to think of this, people who do deceitful things behind closed doors, they are going to have to suffer the consequences of their own actions. When they go home and they gotta get in the shower and they gotta lay their heads on that pillow, it's no hiding from God. It's no hiding from deceit. It's no hiding from bad decision making. It's no hiding from cheating. It's no hiding from lying. It's no hiding from just doing something flat out that you know that you should not do. It's no hiding from hurting people. Like, you have the power in your hands whether you want to help or love somebody, and you choose to hurt them. You can always walk away from any situation and be proud of yourself. Even when somebody tries to pull you down to a lower level, you can say, well, at least I walked away. I'm glad, because I could have went to jail. I could have been in the worst situation that, and put myself in a bad situation. But I had courage enough. Sometimes it takes courage to walk away. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. You don't have to seek revenge. You don't have to take matters into your own hands. You don't have to worry. You don't have to make life harder for yourself than what it already has to be. We all have trials and tribulations. I don't care who you are, what degrees you have, what you got up under your belt, what you major in life. I don't care who you are. We all have challenges to face. But it's up to you how you face them. Okay? It is totally up to you. Let's do this thing with dignity and pride and feel good about ourselves and what God allowed us to be at the end of the day. He will work it out for you in your favor. Every situation, every bill, everything that you are worried about, God, every depression, everything that you think that you can't get through, he will work it out for you. Remember who you dealing with here. You talking about the same God who created the stars and the moon and the ocean. I don't even think we know the depths of the ocean. I don't even think it has been discovered yet. Yeah, that guy. That guy. Yeah. So y'all have a happy and blessed and beautiful Friday. I am going to move on with my day and enjoy this day. And Lord willing, I will see y'all back here again tomorrow.